Howdy everybody, welcome back to Emerald Minecraft. This is tutorial number 7 on how to get all the achievements. Today we'll be going over 5 different achievements. On a Rail, the Lie, Sniper Duel, When Pigs Fly, and Local Brewing. There we go, got them all. Whew, that was difficult. First one we're going to go over is on a rail. On a rail requires that you travel 1 kilometer in one direction by minecart without stopping. So I have here, I'm out in the middle of nowhere, a little bit more than 1,000 meters, 1 kilometer away from my actual base. And I'll go ahead and start my Minecraft here, or my minecart, by placing redstone. Redstone. Oh no. I don't want to put it there, I want to put it there. Don't. Jeez. He wants to be obnoxious. Boop. Oh, jeez. Whee! There we go. That took longer than it should have. Okay. So we have to travel at least 1 kilometer in one direction from our start point in a straight line, which means you can't do this by making a circle and going around in the circles, simply go a kilometer. Nope, it's got to be a straight line. I made mine entirely out of powered minecart, or mine track, just because I wanted to stay at max speed the whole way. This is a really expensive achievement to get, especially if you use all powered minecart, which you don't have to. Using iron, you need at least 368 pieces of iron, I believe, in order to make enough track to travel this distance. And the entire distance takes about a minute to actually travel. A minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes? I'm not entirely sure. I haven't done this one in a while. I used to have 2 bases that were connected by exactly 1 kilometer's worth of track, 2 different castles. And I used to travel down that thing all the time, but I don't remember how long it took to get through. Anyway, that's basically it behind the achievement. We'll get it here at the end. It takes a lot of prep time, but actually completing the tutorial or the achievement after you've got it all set up really doesn't take too long. The other tutorial or the other achievements we're going over in this tutorial, we're going to be needing to make a cake for the Lie, which is a reference to the game Portal, where you were offered a cake throughout the entire game that wasn't actually there. Sniper Duel, which has to be an actual duel where the other skeleton can see you, between you and a skeleton, killing him at 50 meters. Local Brewing, where we just need to make a potion of any kind. And When Pigs Fly, we literally are going to hop on a pig, ride him around, and jump off of a cliff, because he's trying to fly. And that was perfect timing. There's an achievement get on a rail. Go ahead and hop out. There's been some changes to my base here, just a few. You can see over here I've got a bit of a farm here growing. I got some watermelons and some pumpkins and some carrots here. While we're walking by, I'm actually going to go ahead and grab some wheat because I'm going to be needing it for a cake. Back here behind my nether portal, I've actually got all of the nether warts that I grabbed from last time growing in some soul sand for potions making. Over here you'll see this long path that's got a whole bunch of torches on it. We'll explain what that is a little bit later. Anybody who's reviewed the farming techniques, you will understand what this is. This is a chicken coop, which is currently producing eggs at an incredibly fast rate. I actually need a couple of those. Go ahead and grab those and take them with us. And while we're at it, we're also going to go ahead and grab some of this sugar cane out of here for some sugar. I also have a little coop up here that's got a couple piggies in it. Hey, piggies. The achievement we're going to do next is going to be the Lie, and we're going to go ahead and make a cake. And actually, I don't have all my ingredients yet. I have to go get some milk. Here in the bucket, we should have, or in the box, we should have some buckets. To get milk, you have to grab some buckets and simply click on the back of a cow, and you can go ahead and milk it. There we go. Excuse me, cows. Excuse me. Oof. Oof. Thank you. Alright, we got 3 buckets of milk, we got some eggs, some sugar cane, which will turn into sugar here in just a moment, and some wheat. From this, our crafting recipe to make a cake. So put 3 buckets of milk at the top, egg in the center. Oh, I'm going to make the sugar cane first. Doy. There we go. Some sugar on either side. Here's our buckets of milk back. Oh, that's done. Milk. And then some wheat across the bottom. And there we have it. Some cake. Achievement get, the lie. Cake is a little bit different than other food because you don't eat cake straight out of your inventory. You do other foods, you actually place it down, and then by right-clicking the cake, when you're hungry, you'll grab a slice of it. I believe you can get 5 pieces of cake out of each. They only heal 1 chicken nugget each, but that is that. We'll go ahead and go into our cool little brewing station here that I created. Got a whole bunch of boxes here that are empty. These are going to be for potions that I make for the game. And I've got some materials here that I'm going to go ahead and grab a whole bunch of. I've got some glass. I've got sand to make glass in my furnace. I'll go ahead and throw a whole bunch in there right now so I can make some more glass. And over here I've got a whole bunch of different ingredients that you use for brewing different potions. The most important one in here is actually here, the nether wart, because without that there's only one potion you can make. But the first thing we'll have to do is actually make a brewing stand, which we need a blaze rod for. It's a really simple recipe: blaze rod in the middle, 3 pieces of cobblestone across the top, or at the bottom, and there's your brewing stand. You can go ahead and put it down. The brewing stand has an interesting interface. In the top slot is the ingredient that you're going to be adding into your potions, and then you can put up to 3 different potions at the bottom that you can then distill the ingredient down into. The timer's on the side, just like in your furnace, the fire here. But before we can actually do anything, we're going to need a couple more items. Grab some iron ingots here because we need to make something called a cauldron, which you make out of 7 iron ingots, 3 down each side and then 1 on the bottom. And then what you can do with the cauldron is then fill it with water, and then you can fill up bottles from the cauldron. To make a bottle, you need to make a V out of glass, which will create 3 glass bottles each, and you can fill those up out of the cauldron. And 1 full bucket of water creates 3 bottles of water. So then what we can do is we can go into our brewing stand here. Hello, brewing stand. We can go ahead and load up our water bottles here. And the first ingredient that you always want to start with, no matter what potion you're making, is the nether wart. So we'll go ahead and throw it in there and let that sucker bubble out. In the meantime, because I'm going to be making more of these, I can go ahead and make myself a whole bunch more glass bottles. This can take up a lot of inventory space because each bottle takes up its own spot in your inventory. The nice thing is that if your inventory gets full, the glass bottles will just start popping out all over the place. And then when you open up a box and you start putting them in, you can just kind of load them all up. So I don't want any of them in there. I'll put them over here. I'll go ahead and drop some of these items so I can do this a little bit faster. Yeah, we need any of you. Thanks. And we'll check on our potion here. Alright, we've got 3 awkward potions here, and when we pull them out, we actually get our achievement, because that counts as a potion as it is. This isn't where we want to end, though, just because I want to make something impressive, because an awkward potion doesn't do anything. We can go ahead and add any of these ingredients to these potions next and make something cool. I think I'm gonna go for some speed. Distilling sugar into your potions creates a speed potion. A very nice thing that you are probably going to want to do inside a brewing hut, which I forgot to do, is to actually dig out a 2x2 square like this and put a bucket of water in each one. This will give you an unlimited source of water. In fact, I'll go ahead and make one real quick while we're waiting for that to brew. I throw all my buckets away. Buckets. There we go. Got 2 buckets of water in here. By putting one in each corner, we can make an unlimited water supply, and we can continually fill up our cauldron in this method. And then drop our water bottles as we use them. Alright, there we go. We've got some speed potions here. And I actually want to... we'll go ahead and throw some redstone into them next as a secondary ingredient. Let those bubble out. Potion making is actually rather easy. The way that I set this up, I can actually have a couple different potion stands all running at the same time, especially since I have so many blaze rods here. I could make a whole bunch of brewing stands like this. Then I could have a whole bunch of different potions running all at the same time. Potion making really isn't too difficult. We have here Potion of Swiftness, which we can drink. And here we go, we now have enchantment speed for the next 8 minutes. There's a tutorial that I have for making different potions that you will see a link on the screen for right now. But that's it for this achievement. What we'll go ahead and do next is the achievement for when pigs fly. This one can be a little bit tricky to do because you have to actually find a certain item called a saddle. There's no way to craft a saddle. The only way to actually get it is to find one, and you can only find them inside of dungeons deep underground. Mobs spawn inside of the dungeon. There's usually 1 spawner in each one, sometimes there's 2 if they spawn close enough, and there's a couple chests, and inside you may get a saddle. And what you can do with that saddle is you can actually put it on your pig, and you can jump on your pig, and if the pig moves around, you ride him around. That's not always the best thing though, because you need to kind of sort of put your pig in a certain direction. So it was always a difficult achievement in the past because the pig just kind of had to wander off the cliff. But they invented a thing called a carrot on a stick, which you can now use to direct your pig where you want him to go. And to get when pigs fly, you have to jump off a cliff high enough to take damage. Once you've done that, you get the achievement, and you are good to go. A carrot on a stick works a lot like any other tool. You can see that it has a certain amount of time underneath. And the longer that you hold it out in front of your pig, the more damage it takes, and eventually the pig will eat your carrot. But if you can get your pig to move in one direction, he can actually get moving and go kind of fast. At least they used to. They are coming up with an update for horses in the future that... Oh, there we go. We feed him a little bit. He runs a little bit faster. There we go. Now he's picking up some speed. Good little piggy. And that's about it. You can go ahead and jump off your pig. He'll follow you around as long as you're carrying that carrot with you. There we go. We've only got one achievement left. This is probably the trickiest achievement in the entire game. And we're going to go ahead and climb up here, and I'll explain to you what it is, and then we will take a little bit of time and actually try and get it. And that will be the end of the tutorial for today. I'm going to be changing my video settings, so it might lag just a little bit. I apologize. Here we have our tower, and you can see down here on the ground that there are some stone blocks with torches lining up to that building off in the distance. And what we're going to do from here is Sniper Duel. Sniper Duel is one of the trickiest because you have to know one specific requirement for the achievement that most people don't understand. To get Sniper Duel, what we actually have to do is kill a skeleton from 50 meters. But the trick behind it is that the skeleton has to also know that you are there and have you targeted. And so what we have to do is get a skeleton to chase us, and then get him somewhere where we know he's not going to get away, and then shoot him from 50 meters. So what this trap here does is these water source blocks that I put in from buckets are exactly 8 blocks away from that door. And we're going to try and lure a skeleton into this trap and get him to jump into this water, and then we'll go out the door and run. We'll probably take off the top layer of that wall. We just kind of have it there so that the skeleton will walk towards the door faster. We'll go all the way up to our tower and wait for the skeleton to jump up because he'll still be targeting us, and then we will shoot him from the tower, which from the base of the tower to here is 50 meters. And since we're going to be at the top of the tower, it'll actually be a little bit higher than that. So I'm going to go ahead and change our time to nighttime. And see if we can get ourselves some skeletons. Maybe I'll go ahead and actually cheat a little more. I'll actually make my own skeletons here. There we go. Oh. There we go. Now we've got a skeleton. I'll make sure that it's still nighttime. There we go. And he's just chilling around. And we'll switch back over to survival mode and have this skeleton chase us. Come on over, Mr. Skeleton. No, not up there. Oh, okay, that works. Yeah, you guys just have fun. Yeah, you guys just have fun. As long as one of you survives. There's some skeletons in there. I'll have lots of fun. They saw me. So we'll go ahead and hop back up on our tower here while they're doing their little thingy. Sorry if this is lagging just a little bit. My video settings are still set high. What we're going to do is way out there in the distance. You can see our little skeletons hopping up and down. What we got to do is aim far enough that we can hit them in the head right as they come up. It's nice having flaming arrows when you do this, because then you can actually see where you're hitting. This can take quite a few arrows, and hopefully the skeletons were still looking at me when I walked away. Already killed one of them. Let's go ahead and head back on over there. I don't think he's trying to shoot me. Hey. Nope, he wasn't targeting me. None of them were. There we go. Now he's trying to shoot me. We'll go ahead and remove some of these blocks so that he can still be trying to shoot me. Now we'll go back on over to our tower. It should work this time. It is a tricky little achievement to get, just because the skeleton has to be able to see you and attack you, and then you have to move 50 meters away, but it can be done. There he is, still jumping around out there. There we go, we hit him. He's standing up on that ledge now. Way out there in the distance. And a little bit higher. Landed on either side of him. Come on. Ah, dead little skeleton. There we go. Achievement get. Sniper Duel. It is possible. Now you know how. We'll run back out there and find the remains of our cool little skeleton. Granted, I took some shortcuts to get them into the trap to begin with, but the general idea to finish the achievement is the same. Alright, well that's it for this video on achievements. Go ahead and look through here now. See that we got a lot of really nice filled in achievements here. We're down to 2 more here. The end with a question mark, and the end with a period. And these are each probably going to take their own tutorial to get through. I'd explain them more, but it takes a little bit of time, and we're basically done for now. There are a few things that we've gone through in this tutorial that have some links that you may want to look at. For example, our brewing tutorial, there should be a link on the page for it now, and our farming tutorial specifically for breeding chickens and cows. I think that's about all the really important tutorials from this one that we really would have gone over. Redstone tutorials maybe, in case you want to go look at making a rail cart that works better, having to use powered rail the whole time. Redstone, there's a better way that you can do it. I guess that would actually be under my transportation tutorial, so here's the link to transportation, and that's it for now. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you like these videos and you think that they're informative, go ahead and like the page down at the bottom. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel so that you can get updates whenever a new one of these videos comes out. Go check out the different playlist pages, which you can see different links popping up across the screen for right now, for redstone and combat and items and recipes and achievements and all those good things that you can do in Minecraft. And until we see you again, happy Minecraft.